It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. Come on in. Let's chat. Let me turn my notifications off or to silent. Good morning. Good morning. It is cold, y'all. How cold is it here? Well, you know, my cold is different than y'all's cold because I'm always cold. So it's 59 degrees here. So y'all know that's cold for me. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. I made it through that procedure. I did. And I will tell y'all, nobody's ever told me to add lemonade crystal light to that prep because normally it's like a trampoline. It either goes down or it goes up, right? Normally I don't keep it all down, but adding that crystal light lemonade, perfect. So I added 2 of the big crystal light packets. And it was smooth. So I do recommend that to anybody who has to do that. Refrigerate it. And then now I had to break mine up in 2 parts. So I had to take half the night of and then the other half the morning of. I don't know why they do that, but I have to split mine up for some reason. But I thought I would come on here, give a little update on my mom, on me. I don't like so much to do it when I'm live creating with y'all, because I'm here to create with y'all. I'm here to take your mind away from everything for at least an hour, right? And so many people have reached out to me and I appreciate it. I'll give you a little background. I won't go into a lot of detail out of respect for my mother. But just let's keep in mind that this is the disease we're talking about. It's the dementia disease and not my mother, because you don't see much of her anymore. So we have been a lot of things leading up to this. I have been thinking about doing this for a couple months. You know, I go back and forth. It's my mom. I can do this to know I can't. So yesterday, I did put her in the nursing home. So it's the Dementia's Alzheimer's unit. It's the same place she's been going for her day program. And she loves it. She loves going. But there were just so many things leading up to this. Y'all will just have to give me some grace today. And I know I'm probably going to get backlash for this, and I'm okay with it. Each individual person has their own journey and what they can do and what they can't. And nobody should ever be made to feel bad for making the best decision for their loved ones, the best decision for the caregiver, and the best decision for the loved ones. So there's some things in this disease that it's not just memory, you know, although a lot of it is memory. It's the other things that can be associated with dementia. So she gets very angry. She gets very frustrated, and she reacts. She hits, she bites. And I know it's the disease and not her. I know that. But that is something that we just needed to have other options. And a lot of this is because of my own health as well. You'll know I had a heart attack last year. I have hypertension. Just recently, they've had to increase my blood pressure medicine. So, the things with her are affecting me. And if something were to happen to me, what's going to happen to her? So I had to get the ball rolling. So she's been going to the day program twice a week. And then I increased it to 3 times a week, just kind of gearing up just in case. And then, the ball started rolling from there. But y'all know her bathroom flooded, which went into her bedroom, closet, everything. I'm not going to read the comments right now. But there's just so many little things. And it was something as simple as she forgot to turn the water off. That's all it was. And thank goodness it was tap water. It was sink water, and not other things. But in the process of cleaning out her room, I've noticed, and I just thought, y'all know I can't count, right? I just thought maybe we were putting in wrong numbers for kits, or I'd get emails, hey, I never got my order. And I just made it right. I resent things, I refunded, and I'm like, what is going on? So in the process of cleaning out my mom's room, I found orders. I found parts of kits that should have gone out. Things like that. So if you've ever gotten a kit for me or an order that wasn't complete, please reach out to me. Hopefully by now, because some of them were older orders, like from August, September, mesh tool that was supposed to go in kits, those kinds of things. So I hope if y'all ever have any problems with your orders that you let me know. I just thought I was losing it. I was like, where's all this stuff going? Only to find it in her room. And so I say this knowing that it's the disease. It's the disease. So she sundowns in the afternoon. So she paces. She gets very emotional. She laughs inappropriately. She cries inappropriately. So just as I'm saying this, just remember and know that I know it's the disease and not her. I can't emphasize that enough. It's the disease and not my mother. So orders, those kinds of things. She hoards. And not like a hoarder, but she'll take things from around the house and hide it in her drawers, in her closet, under her bed, those kinds of things. So going through her room, sometimes I'm just laughing. I'm like, oh my God, there's where it went. I mean, what are you going to do? You just have to laugh about it. But I took her yesterday before the my procedure, and then went back afterwards. And I've kind of mentioned it, that it was going to be happening. She just didn't remember. So when I came back, I bought her all new bedding, new clothes, new PJs, socks, and I just bought her a whole new wardrobe. And she was so excited when she saw it all. And then, it kind of hit, I'm going to be living here. And I'm like, yeah, aren't you excited? You get to be with your friends all day and night. And You have to laugh. I said I wasn't going to read comments, but you do have to laugh. So I will go back today, and we're going to hang up some pictures and those kinds of things. She has a private room. So, and I will say these things are costly, y'all. So all of my older peeps kind of keep that in mind. And I will say, through this whole dementia, going through this dementia process with mom, everybody write down account numbers, passwords, something as simple as a phone line took several calls and a couple hours to cancel. Get those power of attorneys, get all those things lined up for your loved ones. I'm still trying to figure out how to cancel some things, but it's just me taking the time to sit down and make those calls. But write them all down, give them to your loved ones, put them in a safe, because it is really, really hard to get a hold of some of these people and to get things canceled and out of her name and those kinds of things. So I'll be doing it myself. I know I've researched some books on Amazon, something like It's Your Problem Now or something, just to kind of, make it a little lighthearted, if you know my sense of humor. But it goes through, and you can list all the passwords, all your account numbers, electricity, phone, those things that we don't think of every day. They need to be written down, just to make your loved one's life a little bit easier, just a little bit. And power of attorney is important. I have one. She had gotten mad at me one time, and she had some paperwork in front of her, and I thought it was the power of attorney, and she ripped it up. But going through her stuff, I did find it. So I still have the original power of attorney, which is good, because you don't want to try to get those things when they're in the midst of dementia. What else? It's really hard. It's really, really hard. But she doesn't have the memory to remember most of it. So, which is kind of good. She kind of can just go with, and she's been going to this program for quite a few months now. So it wasn't like I was just throwing her to the wolves. I did it gradually, knowing that I needed to get everything, if something was to happen to me, what's going to happen to her. My daughter, Taylor, is the backup, should something happen to me. But, I don't want her to have to deal with all of it. So, I put everything in motion, and it's playing out the way it's playing out. I honestly think it's the best thing I could do for her. It's only 8 minutes down the road. So I'll be popping in all the time. I'll still be taking her to dinner, doing all the things we've always done. But just they're more of a scheduled, program specifically for dementia and Alzheimer's. So I think it's going to be really good for her. I can get my house back in order. With that sundown, she would literally every night bring a lot of stuff out of her room into the living room, because first thing in the morning I was going to take her home. So every morning I'd wake up, the living room would be full of her stuff, and then we'd have to take it all back to her room. So those are just little things that it does get frustrating. If you're going through this, just remember it's the disease and not the person. So, I still treat her with the dignity and respect that she deserves. So just a little update. I didn't want to do the update while I was creating with y'all. I just needed it to be separate from everything. I go both ways, Carol. I know it's the best thing for her, but at the end of the day, it's still my mom. But she can't stay here. And, me working from home makes it even worse because I'll be right in the middle of doing something and she'll holler for me and I get sidetracked. Like right now, I have I can only do one thing at a time because of all of the other stuff going on. So if you've seen me, and I know y'all have, you've seen me kind of frazzled, even when I come up to create with y'all, like I have to take a second mentally to be like, okay, you're going live, calm down, you can do this. But and she is, and I'm gonna do what's best for her. And this is the best thing for her. I'm still in the process. She always said she had long-term care insurance. I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. So right now she is paying out of pocket, and y'all, it's crazy amount. If y'all have not looked into long-term care, y'all need to get insurance. You do something. So even this program is $71,000 a year. Now, thank goodness she has it for a couple years, 2 or 3 years maybe, and then we'll have to do other things. But it's if I learned anything from this, it's to write everything down, get my ducks in a row. And once things settle down back here, then I will be doing that. It's yeah, except $62. Yeah, no, I mean, she doesn't qualify for any other programs because she does still have some savings. So once that's gone, it's gone. And then we can apply for other things. But it's a crazy amount. And I'm not taking away from the things that those workers do because I take her, I pick her up, I see what they do. And it's a lot. And it's the safest thing for her. There'll be times she'll be out in the backyard yelling for the cops to come that she's been kidnapped. And I, try to redirect her, bring her back in. One day it was so bad, I even called the police myself. I was like, look, this is what's going on. If you want to come over and do a well check, you're more than welcome. I just didn't want the neighbors to be hearing it and calling the police. And, I can laugh about it now, but when you're in those situations and you're like, oh my goodness, what do you do? She does have Medicare, but I haven't looked into everything that she may qualify for. But we'll do that. We're still looking into things, but it's my understanding nobody can do anything until she runs out of money. But it's that it is what it is. So if you've had problems with your orders, things missing, orders not showing up, I hope I've made it right. Don't ever be afraid to reach out to me. Email. I'm still getting phone calls, y'all. I'm still getting text from some of y'all. Please do not text. Please do not call my personal number. Email me. I don't have a caseworker. I've just been working with the ladies from the facility. having to, yeah. And like if it was just the memory, I could tell her she lives here 100 times a day, which I do. Um, but it's not. It's the disease. And not everybody gets everything, you know. Some people just have the memory. For mom, unfortunately, she got the aggression, the hitting, the biting, the anger, and I know it's just the disease, but to live it, because that's not my mother at all. If you knew my mother, you would know that she is just the complete opposite of what she's been doing, because that's not her at all. It's the disease. And I know that. And I have to, sometimes I tell myself that over and over and over, to keep me from reacting, because I can be a very reactive person. But you know, you have to keep telling yourself as many times as you have to. It's the disease. It's not your mother. It's not your father. It's not your grandparents, whatever. Um, yeah, I can do that. Um, or even savings. Yeah. Well, thank goodness she had savings, those kinds of things. Um, Unfortunately, we're just going to have to use it. We don't have a choice. Yes, I could bring that. Yeah, that's what the disease does. I could bring people in, to care for her or just to hang out with her, because she always likes to be going places. She likes to shop. She likes to go out to eat and do all the things she's always been able to do. Um, but even bringing them here, you know, I would still be here and she would still be hollering for me. And so that's just not, if I worked outside the home, yeah. But I don't. I work here and I've got to get my business back up and going. It's not running the way I want it to run. You know, we've run into issues with the orders disappearing, which I know now is what happened. I just thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was losing my mind by association. But yeah, get those trusts, get those things, get those power of attorneys, get those account numbers, passwords. All of those things should be written down in one place and just put in a safe, um, should anything happen. So that's it. I'm waiting for the results of my colonoscopy. They did several biopsies. That one area they were looking at last year, they were trying to decide whether they had to take that part of my colon out or not. It is still not healed. So we're waiting on biopsies to determine that. And I say that because my health reflects on what I can do for mom. So if my health goes down drastically, then you know, at least now she's in a place that can help her and take care of her, so that I'm not scrambling should anything happen to me. My brother lives in Texas. He's got young kids, so he can't make that move up here. Um, so that's it. That's all I have. I just wanted to update y'all. I don't like to inundate my regular creative lives to talk about this stuff, but some of y'all have been on this journey with me for the past almost 8 months now, um, with mom and doing our thing. And you know, she'll still be coming over. We'll still do all the things we've always done. She just won't be living here. So you weren't ready. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever really ready. But you have to make those tough decisions. And, you know, our generation right now is having to take care of parents, grandparents, all those kinds of things. So if we can get our parents to do, these books and write down all of their information that you may not think you need, but you do. Um, you know, just like her simple landline took forever for me to be able to cancel. Um, but yeah, if my health is not good, then I can't take care of her. And I've put it off. I put it off way too long to get some of these things done. And I can't keep doing it. You know, even the blood pressure that had to be increased, and hopefully some of these things are situational and will settle back down as I get mom settled into there. Since COVID, yes, COVID brought a lot of us together, right? Um, so we'll just take it like Diane says, one day at a time. You know, when she was here, sometimes it was 5 minutes at a time. And I kid you not, y'all think I'm not an over exaggerator when I literally say sometimes you live 5 minutes to 5 minutes with this disease. It is very true. You know, things can change so rapidly in 5 minutes that will cause your head to spin. So if you're going through this and you're doing this journey with them living with you, I pray for you. I'll think about you. Um, and it's a tough one. I thought I could do it. And like I said, if it was just the memory issues, I could. But it's the other things that come with the disease that I just can't. I can't do. And it's not good for her. It's not good for me. It's not good for our loved ones. So it's been a couple months of me thinking about this and talking to family and trying to figure out what's best for her. So this is the decision we have come to. But y'all get your stuff together, get it organized, make your loved one's life a little bit easier. And that's all I have for y'all. If y'all have specific questions, you can ask me. But this really was just to let y'all know that have been on this journey with me, what we've done, and I'm not disrespecting my mother at all by going into details or anything like that. That is our journey. That are things that we will, or at least I'll remember, but don't need to be made public. So that's all I got. I will be live with y'all Monday and we'll create. So thank you everybody who's reached out to me. I've felt the love, the hugs, the everything. Now I'll just continue to get her moved in, make her life a little bit easier, hopefully. And we just keep moving on. That's all I can do is put one foot in front of the other and keep moving, y'all. That's all any of us can do. So y'all have an amazing weekend. And I will see y'all Monday. All right. Bye, y'all.